Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Vegas Sports Talk. And should I even have previewed and reviewed this game? Probably not, because you knew it was going to happen. It happened the last 5 times before this game, and you should have expected it again. And yet again, the Rebels disappoint their fan base, and they lose this one 82-79 in overtime at the MAC. And it was a terrible effort. They played hard, but they look at the free throws: 48%, 12 of 25. Really, I could go out there and make 15 of those free throws, and they would have won the game in regulation if that was the case. And they shot the ball terrible last night, and yet they shot 43s. So what does that tell you? That they cannot shoot open shots, and therefore they'll lose the games, and therefore they're 7-6 in the conference, and they're 6th place. And this was a game they needed to win. And starting off, it looked like that. There's a 3-point goal from Amari Hardy in the first 15 seconds. So that was 96 games. That's the only good thing that came out of tonight's game. 8-2 Rebels start. Rebels were leading to start the game. 17:57 remaining. It was a good start, and it needed that good start, but it did not last. It was 11-7. Rebels at the under 16 time. The crowd was loud, but then the Rebels don't score for 8 minutes. The Wolfpack go on a 6-0 run during that time, and it's 17-11 with 8:58 remaining in the first half. And this stretch killed the Rebels' momentum. It killed them in the game. If they would have made this stretch worthwhile, they would have won the game single-handedly. The Wolfpack pushed the lead to 9, and it was 24-15 with 6:30 remaining. But then Jonah came in. He had an amazing night. He played great defense. He hit key threes, and he made key baskets when needed. He hits a 3, so it's 26-20, and he was playing good defense as well. Teams were both making shots. It was 37-30 UNR with 2:05 remaining in the half. And Jonah had 2 big threes, and Tillman made 2 free throws. So the Rainier lead was only 2. But to start the second half, Tillman was not out there, and I'm pretty sure he was injured. He did not come out for the rest of the game, and it was a little bit of it kind of killed the Rebels because he was playing good as well. There was back and forth play by both teams. 44-41 Reno with 16:54 remaining. The crowd was into it. The Rebellion was into it. And this was the momentum switch right here. The Rebels would cut the lead to 1 after a Bryce Hamilton jumper, 49-48. And you're thinking here, okay, if the Rebels can get a couple stops together, they will run away with this game, right? Well, it looked like that. Jonah had a big steal and layup, and Jong made a free throw, so it's 51-49 Rebels. And then Hamilton had a layup, but he missed the free throw, and that was a key part of last night's game. If they make free throws, they win this game by 10 in regulation, but they did not. And that was the key play in the game. And the Rebels are leading 56-51 at this point. And Reno could not get anything going. And you're thinking, okay, a couple more stops, a couple more baskets. This game's wide open for the Rebels. They'll improve to 8-5. It did not happen because you know Steve Alford's a better coach than TJ. There was baskets traded by both teams, 62-60. UNLV lead with 7:26 remaining. So you're like, okay, I'm on the edge of my seat here. And the game started slowing down. The Rebels were leading 64-62 with 5 minutes remaining in the game, and the game got really, really tight. It was tight at 70 apiece with 1:57 remaining after a Jazz Johnson 3, and the Wolfpack were up 2 with about 25 seconds left, but Hamilton hits a jumper to force overtime. So it's 74 all, and we go into the overtime period. So you're like, okay, the momentum goes to the Rebels. They made the shots to send it into overtime. They had a chance at the end of regulation to get a basket, but they could not do it. So there's quick baskets by UNLV and UNR, 76-76 the game was. And then Jazz Johnson and Hardy hit a 3, but then Jalen Harris hit a jumper, 81-79 Reno. And that's when the game was over. He hit a jumper. Then there was a terrible final possession by UNLV. They got a stop with 25 seconds left. They were down 3. They should have drove right to the hoop, or if it was about 16 seconds left, you should have called the timeout because Reno settled into their defense. So if I'm Coach TJ, I like it when they're pushing to the basket. I'll take that shot, but not when they shoot a freaking 25-foot 3 when they're actually only down 2. When you're a 25-foot 3 when you're down 2 with 5 seconds left in the game, that's a terrible shot selection, and most importantly, that's bad coach for not calling a timeout. You could have ran a play up and you could have got a basket. Jalen Harris made a free throw, and Long had a desperation shot that would not go. So Reno wins this one 82-79. They improved to 9-5 in the conference. And for the Rebels, they're 7-6. They're 16 in the conference. And if they lose on Saturday, they might be the 7th seed because they'll be playing New Mexico. And If they finish 7th in the conference after starting 6-1, it'll show this whole season was a fluke. Team stats: Reno shot 44.6% from the field, 6 of 25 from 3, 18 of 28 from the free throw line. You think that's bad? Look at the Rebels total. Their free throw percentage was 64.3%, rebounds 52, and turnovers were 13. For the Rebels, they shot 35.8%. Their three-pointers 9 of 39. That's 28%. That's too many threes, and they're just chucking up these threes. It's open shots with most, but some of them are contested, and they weren't even close to going in. They were dead air balls. Free throws 12 of 25, only 48%. This was the key to the game last night. If they make 7 more of those free throws, they win this game by 7 in regulation. There is no overtime. There's no pressure for them to make these free throws towards the end of the game because they would already have won the game. 51 rebounds and 7 turnovers. So the turnovers are very low. And the keys to the game, they had to start out strong early. They did that. They had to stay on foul trouble. They did that for the most part. Limit turnovers under 10, yes, but they need to shoot 35% from 3. No. And I should have put down there they need to make their free throws, and they didn't do that either. And I am kind of mad at Rebel fans right now because they're like, well, the cannon's still red. We're not in football season, guys. We're not in football season, so stop talking about that. It's basketball season. We lost 6 in a row against Reno. We haven't beat them at home since Patrick McCaw's half-court shot where he traveled to force the game in overtime when we won by 10 with Todd Simon. Stop talking about it. You know what? Stop saying we won 50 to 75 meetings. I don't really care. I care about the last 10. And you know what? The last 10, we're not winners. We're 7-3 in the last. We're 3-7 in the last 10, I think. And that is terrible. That's terrible coaching. It's a rivalry game. You should win this game at home, and they did not. So therefore, they do not deserve to win the Mountain West Conference Tournament this year. And I might have to redo that video because when I did that video, I gave them a 10%. Now I give them a big goose egg. So make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Vegas Sports Talk, where I post other content as well. You can see the fight song, other polls, my stories as well, and my Twitter feuds with other people that want to start up with me again. So there you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Another heartbreaking loss for the Rebels. They lose by 3 in overtime. Thank you guys so much for watching. I thank you guys all for supporting my channel, and I'll talk to you guys again real soon.